is the second best 19-game record in program history.
Yeah, tough because they had to stop, they had to start. It's just it's part of this 2021 season, but they ended up on top, and this is their first tournament game.
Panthers in the white and the Red Wolves in the red, and we are underway. To the corner it goes, and the three ball on its way, and an air ball by Corey Allen. He's their top three-point shooter, 42% behind the arc.
Big-time athlete. That's unusual that he hits nothing. But they didn't play yesterday.
And isn't that always the rub when you get into a tournament, the idea that you want the bye, but at the same time, you don't like the fact that coming out of that bye, you're going to play a team that had played the day before and won the day before.
Absolutely. I mean, you love that bye when you win the whole thing, or when you get to the finals at least. But the first game, little jitters. Obviously, there should be jitters.
Inside, that was Omier who scored the first bucket for Arkansas State. As you take a look at the starting five for the Panthers. Number one seed in conference tournaments. They're 10-2 all time doing that. Last time coming in 2019 when the Panthers won the title and advanced to the NCAA tournament. They're trying to do that now for a third consecutive year here in this conference. Foul's going to be called on the Panthers, and that's going to go against number 12, Kane Williams. Should take a look at the starting five for the Red Wolves. Marquis, Eaton, their top scorer at 14 points per game, 5 assists per game. And Norchad Omier, we'll talk more about him in just a moment. Young man from Nicaragua who's the top double-double freshman in the entire country.
Wesley at the line, big 6'9", lanky, 180 pounds, junior. Got to give him the love. He's from New Jersey. Everybody cool's from New Jersey.
Huh. That's the first time I've heard that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Just ask me. I can tell you that many times.
Actually, I actually heard the opposite.
Well, that's not true.
Well, I guess there is Bruce Springsteen.
But, yes. Little full court pressure here by the Red Wolves to start things off.
And the foul's going to be called on Arkansas State, trying to force the turnover. Or did they call a foul, or just they called out of bounds?
Yeah, I think Eaton just slapped it out of bounds. He thinks they called a foul on him, too, but they didn't.
Take another look at it on the replay. Yeah, clearly looked like it was off the Panthers right there. That's why Eaton was upset about the call. So Kane Williams will bring it across for the Panthers. 13th all-time scorer in Panthers history. Looking to move up the ladder. Can do that here today. Can move up to 12th by scoring 16 points today. Would pass Kevin Morris.
That's what you got to love about Corey Allen. He shoots an air ball the first time, and it does not bother him whatsoever, and he sticks the second.
Corey Allen averages right at 15 points, 4 rebounds per game, playing 31 minutes per game. And a whistle on the floor called by Glenn Tuitt, one of our officials here today.
If you think Corey Allen is just a three-point shooter, do not leave this basketball game, because he is a big-time athlete when he attacks the rim. Big hops, and has the strength to go through contact to score as well. That's why he leads him in scoring. He's special.
Corey Allen averages 2.9 threes per game off the inbounds pass. The shot was blocked, but I think they've got some arm on that, so a foul's going to be called on the Panthers.
Yep, Eaton's going to go to the line there.
So that'll put Eaton at the line. Third team fouled already on the Panthers here. We haven't even played 2 minutes yet.
Yeah, a lot of whistles. But you just have to, if they let you play, you got to adjust to it. If they're calling everything, you got to adjust to it. You just have to adjust to it as a player and a coach.
Team leading 14 points per game is 5 assists per game, number one in the Sun Belt. So do the math, 14 points per game, 5 assists, that equals 10 points. So this is a young man who's contributing, at least 24 points per game to the Arkansas total.
Big, strong kid. He'll make the three as well. There's a lot of three-point shooters on this basketball team. And if they miss, they got some serious rebounders.
And Arkansas State with the 2-point lead. Nate, let's take a look at your keys to the game.
Well, when you look at these teams, they're similar in a couple things. But for Arkansas State, they have to attack from the free throw line and in. Omier is so good around the free throw line. Give him the ball and watch him do his thing. And they have to win the war on the boards, I believe, because Arkansas State because Georgia State is so good in transition. For Georgia State, 85% is a winner. They have a hustle chart they look at. And Coach told me if they hit 85% of their stats in that. They're undefeated. They're around 84% at the end of the season. But the problem is, late in the year, in the second half of games, they have not defended as well because they fouled a lot. And the coach just wants to not foul late in basketball games. And obviously, when you do, it helps you win.
Missed by Jalen Thomas as Arkansas State has bolted out here to a 7-3 lead. Three-pointer on its way off the back iron. The rebound controlled by the Panthers, pulled down by Soseme.
Semi and Omier are going to have a battle inside. Two big, strong, really good rebounders.
Two international players that have had huge roles in the success of their team this year. Omier from Nicaragua and Soseme from the Congo. Inside they go. Norchad Omier had a shot rejected by Soseme.
He's not playing against a stiff inside, so Semi can do his thing defensively and rebound.
Should be a fun battle to watch as Justin Roberts comes away with the rebound for the Panthers. Corey Allen fouled on his way to the hoop, and he ends up tumbling to the floor.
I don't know if he heard the whistle, because after the whistle, he tried to save the ball. Corey Allen goes 100 miles an hour and normally can get to the rim, but he gets bumped pretty good by two players there. And then, like I said, I don't know if he heard the whistle because he tried to save it after the whistle.
Christian Willis, number 5, called for the foul. That's the first team foul on the Red Wolves. And another whistle as they have a tie-up right here in front of Derek Schulte.
A lot of fouls early in this game, Matt. Guys got to be careful. They get too quick ones, they're going to have to sit.
So Keon Wesley called for the foul. 2 quick team fouls on Arkansas State. Of course, the Panthers have already wrapped up 3 themselves.
We're going to be in a 1-on-1 here before we get to the first timeout.
Three-pointer nestled in there by Evan Johnson, who had a career-high 28 in the Panthers' win over South Alabama last Friday night. And tied up, saved by Arkansas State, but then thrown away.
Well, Omier had a great idea as he was on the floor, tried to find his teammate cutting to the basket. You can see when he gets the ball, 15 and red inside, they're not going to leave him one-on-one. They're going to go in and dig it out of him because he's a really good turnaround shooter, and he's really good from the foul line, as I talked about in the keys. He'll just stick it from 15 feet consistently.
So some nominal full-court pressure here from Arkansas State, just to kind of slow down the Panthers from getting into their offense as Evan Johnson brings it across. Johnson played at the famed Oak Hill Academy. On the floor they put it. To the corner they go. Corey Allen, three-pointer.
Great job. Contract the defense because of the drive, and Corey Allen spots up in the corner.
Second three-pointer for Allen. He has 6 of the Panthers' first 8 points.
Both teams man-to-man exclusively so far. Georgia State has played some zone. Of course, the Semi's doing a good job keeping the ball out of Omier's hands.
4 on the shot clock. And with 2 on the clock, they beat the horn, rolls off the rim, and Arkansas State able to save it, retain possession. Eaton, 3. Canned it. Eaton with his first bucket to go along with a couple of free throws. He has 5 of Arkansas State's first 10.
Corey Allen was ready for the drive, had his hands down, and Eaton took advantage of it and stuck it.
Evan Johnson firing away. Rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. On the wing, the drive, the step through. Offensive rebound. Omier.
Great offensive rebound. He's got to bank that off the glass. He shot it with his offhand, left hand, and kind of tried to finger roll it. Didn't get over the front of the rim.
Step back 3. Offensive rebound by Soseme after the miss by Roberts and a whistle underneath. And we have our first time out of the ball game. Corey Allen has come out firing. That's not unusual. A couple of three-pointers from him, but the Panthers.
Only freshman in NCAA basketball to average a double-double. He's already in the top 10 all-time at Arkansas State in double-doubles. He's a special young man. We'll talk about how he got to his school later. And Corey Allen on the other side has already done his thing. He's got 2 threes. He leads them in scoring, and he's 6th in the league in scoring. Some special players on both sides of this basketball game.
Now, Omier, as you mentioned, the only D1 freshman to average a double-double this season. He's also the first player from Nicaragua to ever play Division I college basketball. You know, when you're the only of something, that's either a really good thing or a really bad thing. In this case, it's a really good thing.
That's why I gave him my terrible Spanish introduction.
Tied at 10 here, opening 5.5 minutes.
And the reason I did that is we were told there's a lot of people in Nicaragua watching him. He's like a cult figure, and they love him because he's the first.
Norchad Omier with the slam. Kind of crawled over the rim that time, but you saw the power that he has as he was challenged at the rim and still was able to get it to go down.
6'7", 230, and only a freshman.
Foul's going to be called on the Panthers there.
Obviously, he grew up playing soccer and baseball in Nicaragua. He's got great hands. Watch him catch this and go through the rim and through Jalen Thomas to dunk it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the power. Jalen Thomas got up there and got his arm on him, and he still was able to dunk it through. Now, apparently there was no foul on the previous play, just out of bounds off of the Panthers.
And here's the zone that Georgia State likes to play, a little 2-3. Jalen Thomas, by the way, 6'10". 2-3 zone, got to get the ball in the middle. That's where Amir's really good if they can get him the rock in there.
Three-pointer on its way, and the rebound controlled by Evan Johnson, the freshman out of Durham, North Carolina. Johnson going coast to coast, whips it along the baseline. Johnson gets it back for three. In rhythm, strokes it.
So you saw Amir go out there for the closeout. That's not his guy. He's the middleman in the zone. Somebody didn't go out there. Excuse me, that wasn't his man to cover. Somebody else should have been there. He just did it late, and the three went against him.
Omier with the basket and one as the Panthers are called for the foul there.
Cross-court pass out to the corner. Nobody on him. Easy three for Evan Johnson.
Johnson averages 7 a game and a 37% shooter behind the three-point line. Meantime, back on the offensive end for Arkansas State. Omier at the line. Got the bucket, now getting the free throw. 6 points already in the game for him, 4 rebounds. And a 2-point lead for Arkansas State.
Arkansas State's played man-to-man the whole half so far. Well, that's a tough shot.
Justin Roberts, the junior out of Indianapolis with the bucket, averages 13.5 a game. Tied at 15.
Georgia State only played his own that one possession, that back man. Recognize it and attack it properly.
Omier going for 10 and 18 in the Red Wolves' first-round win over Georgia Southern yesterday. And more of the rebound for the Panthers.
You can hear the Arkansas State bench yelling, get back, because Georgia State loves to get in transition and go.
And the shot blocked by Eaton. But apparently a foul's going to be called. Eaton must have gotten him with the body.
Yep, Evan Johnson. Evan Johnson gets head and shoulders past the defender, and there's the little bump. He got the basketball, but he bumped him first. Speaking of Eaton, 2 free throws for the freshman.
So Eaton picks up his first personal foul. And that'll be 4 team fouls now on Arkansas State with Evan Johnson now at the line. 74% free throw shooter. His 28 points last Friday night against South Alabama in a 3-point win, the most for a freshman by a Panthers freshman since, wait for it, R.J. Hunter's 38 versus Old Dominion 8 seasons ago.
It's impressive. Of course, playing for his dad there at Georgia State, R.J. did.
His dad now the head coach at Tulane.
The Green Wave in the American Conference.
Battle for the ball. Jalen Thomas won that battle, and a foul is going to be called
on him. So that's going to be 2 fouls on him. He's such a good offensive rebounder when he gets it in the lane because he kind of shot puts it. Interesting to see if Coach Lanier will keep him in there with 2.
Let me correct that. First
Only
foul
one.
on him.
Yep,
that's just the first foul.
So he will keep him in there. See if they go to the zone to kind of protect him a little bit. Nope, they're staying in man.
14 fouls on the Panthers, 4 on the Red Wolves as we approach 8 minutes in here in Pensacola. The drive, high off the glass, loose ball, controlled by the Panthers. Corey Allen comes away with it.
Semi might have gotten a piece of that one.
Roberts behind the back to get clearance. Off back iron. And we have a foul called on the Panthers. Lots of fouls racking up. That's Jalen Thomas. If that's on him, that's number 2. That would constitute foul trouble. 8 minutes, 12 seconds into this men's quarterfinal. Georgia State racking up some pretty serious and significant foul trouble here. They lead by 1, but Jalen Thomas, who has been a big star for them, especially the last 2 weeks of the season, already has 2 personal fouls, as does Kane Williams, which Nate puts Coach Rob Lanier in a pretty significant position of decision-making. How long do you play Jalen Thomas from here on out in this first half, if at all?
Yeah, it's true. Well, it depends on the score, but he talked about defending late with less fouls. Heck, they started the game with way too many. So Semi can handle it inside, but Thomas is just a 6'10" asset.
Who's been averaging 10.5 points per game this season, but 17 points per game in the last week. 3 ball on its way and stroked it in there.
Great pass on the drive and then kick it out for the open 3. Avery Phelps, the freshman.
Rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. Phelps brings it across after hitting that 3 on the last possession. Two-point lead, Arkansas State. It's been nip and tuck so far in the opening 10 minutes. Nobody gathering any kind of real separation. Phelps, mid-range jumper swatted out of there. Blocked by Colin Moore. And that just does beat the shot clock buzzer. Roberts brings it back the other way for the Panthers. Dribble drive, floater, back iron. Rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. Not a lot of offensive rebounding for the Panthers right now. Phelps an air ball.
Time to slow it down, gentlemen. I agree. It's getting a little helter-skelter out there with not a lot of points.
Banked it in. Marquis Eaton with the bank in 3. It's his second 3 of the game. He has 8.
That was some really good defense, and he had nothing else. He had to shoot the ball, and he got lucky and scored it.
Roberts in trouble. A triple team gets it out of there. Poor passing decision right there by Caleb Scott. He was closer to the basket. Should have taken the shot himself.
Nice pass.
Inside. Shot rejected. Roberts brings it across. On the drive, the scoop, and the miss. And out of bounds as Corey Allen ends up on his back.
Drive, kick to Phelps, wide open in the corner, nobody near him. Just in off the bench is pretty impressive here. And then the man who just made the pass makes the bucket, Marquis Eaton, and
exactly.
Corey Allen's laughing at him. You know you didn't want to bank that. That's good. It was great man-to-man defense, and he just figured he settled, and he got lucky.
5-point lead, Arkansas State. Leading the number 1 seed, the East Division champion Georgia State Panthers, who closed the regular season on a 6-game winning streak. At one point, they were in 5th place in the East Division, in part because they simply hadn't played a lot of games. Phelps knocks down another 3. That's his second since coming into the game. And
double foul.
Brian Shea goes to the scores table. Looks like they've called double fouls. Are they on both benches or are they on the players?
On the players, I believe.
22 and 21.
Apparently we had some players scuffling, maybe getting mixed up a little bit too much underneath.
O'Meara with the miss, and kicks it out to Phelps, who sticks it, and then here's all the action happening.
Yeah. That's O'Meara and Kalik Brooks for the Panthers. 21 for the Panthers, and O'Meara for the Red Wolves, number 15, getting mixed up and scuffling a little bit while they were battling for position for the rebound. Roberts, oh man, downtown Pensacola right there.
That was a deep one. Came in, come off a little pin down screen. The defender got stuck. Nowadays, if you're open, you don't care where you are. If you're open, you're going to let it fly. And most kids are good shooters.
And that was Evan Johnson, pardon me, and not Roberts. Evan Johnson, 0.
Here's O'Meara working in the middle here against the semi again. That's two big, strong bodies. Trying to get the ball in. There you go.
Eaton inside. Shot contested. Scramble for the ball. Whistle. Let's see what the call is going to be.
I think Christian Willis got fouled on the putback, I believe. Number 5. Could be wrong.
So Sime is going to be called for the foul. That'll be the first on him. So Arkansas State in the bonus for the rest of the half. 8:15 is a long time to be shooting the bonus.
Well, I was going to say, that is a bonus. You're absolutely right. That's a very long time.
1-1.
Got to take advantage of those situations.
Corey Allen. Brooks in there battling for the rebound. He gets knocked off balance again. Long pass. And a foul is going to be called on the Panthers.
Not only is he that big, but he's a heck of a rim runner. O'Meara down the floor and got hammered on the foul. Going to the line when we come back, I believe.
In the seeding ladder, did defeat Georgia Southern 82-58 in the first round of the Sun Belt tournament yesterday at Pensacola State College. And losing or wrong, whether you're 3 or 4, really not a big difference in the tournament. The big difference is if you can finish in the 1 or 2 spots in the divisions and get that first round bye. Otherwise, it's really just a number by your name.
And then 3 and 4, the prize you get is playing number 1 seed.
The number 1 or the number 2.
Right.
But, I mean, you know, it's really all kind of an unknown because the Sun Belt played a divisional format this year, different from typical because of COVID. That means the Western Division teams only played a round robin among the Western Division teams and vice versa with the East. So Arkansas State and Georgia State meeting for the first time this season. Depending upon the relative strengths of the division, who's to say there's a big difference between a 4 seed in the West and a 1 seed in the East? Sure. You just don't know, and we really don't know until we watch this tournament to see.
Yep, it's obviously COVID related, less travel, and they played back-to-back. They played Friday, Saturdays.
Right, played an NBA type schedule with those back-to-backs, except it wasn't back-to-backs in a different city.
The only team you played once, if COVID didn't mess up the schedule, is your travel partner.
That's right. You ended up playing your travel partner twice, once at home, once away, and you ended up playing the other teams in the division 4 times.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was talking to coaches earlier, and they said we could play a team 5 times this season. It's nuts, but that's the season of 2021.
And hopefully the last season we have to do that.
Absolutely.
Corey Allen on the drive, shovels the ball inside for Soseme. And another whistle. That's Derek Schulte stepping in, blowing the whistle. A ton of fouls.
Heck of a pass to Soseme.
Yeah, 13 fouls have been called, Nate, in the first 11 and a half minutes.
Or Chad, I agree with you. I didn't see anything there. It looked like he was fouled because of the awkwardness of the shot, but I don't think he hit him.
So Seme at the line out of Kinshasa, Congo. Of course, yesterday you told us you'd been to Lagos, Nigeria. Ever been to Kinshasa?
I have not.
Or Kinshasa, I should say.
I have not been there.
20 points, 20 rebounds in the 2-game sweep for Soseme last week against South Alabama, including his 4th double-double of the season. And he's averaging nearly a double-double for the entire season. Right under 12 points per game and 9.9 rebounds per game.
Gives O'Meara 6th rebound already. He's got 9 points. That's a great set.
Nicely done.
That's a great set. They went around, changed sides of the floor, and then got the pin down after the handoff. And they made the shot. That's the important part.
10-point lead for Arkansas State. Arkansas State doing a good job on the glass as well. They've out-rebounded the Panthers 19-10. Another three ball. Marquis Davis. And a 13-point lead for the Red Wolves.
Back to his on a roll.
No doubt about it. And so much for momentum, right? Arkansas State had lost 3 to close out the regular season. They come here, they beat Georgia Southern. So they had a win under their belts. The Panthers haven't played since winning their 6th game in a row last Saturday, however. And that's one of the things we talked about it, touched about it early on in this game. That's one of the things coaches fear about the tournament is stepping into a tournament where a team has already won the game before you and you've been practicing. Something to be said about the momentum, about getting that victory under your belt, getting acclimated to the tournament setting. Corey Allen, the miss, rebound again by the Red Wolves as O'Meara yanks down another one.
He's going to have a double-double at halftime if he keeps going. He's got 9.7 boards already. Some people just, and it's not, you can't coach this. They just know where the ball's going to be and they go, and he has the athleticism to go get it. He's one of those.
O'Meara calls for it at the elbow, spins and fires. Jalen Thomas back in there with the 2 personal fouls. Rob Lanier sensing that he's got to get his guy out there on the floor, foul trouble or not. Roberts got knocked off the dribble. Still plenty of time on the shot clock for the Panthers. Kane Williams, who has 2 personal fouls, he's on the floor too. O'Meara came over and got the block. Trailing on the play. So Sime grabs the rebound. Panthers come back quickly the other way. Step through Kane Williams. Frantic pace right now. Not a lot of points coming out of it. Stolen away by the Panthers again.
They're running wind sprints. They're not playing basketball.
And a reach-in foul on the Red Wolves. And this will be on Marquis Davis.
Sometimes you foul because you're a little winded. That was 4 trips up and down the floor with nothing to go on the board for either team.
So Corey Allen will step up to the foul line. His first free throws of the day. The Panthers are actually just 1 of 4 at the free throw line in this game. Corey Allen, 6 points, make it 7 now. He's hit a couple of 3-pointers. He's an 82% three-point shooter, a free throw shooter, I should say. 82 now, that would be nuts. He's 82 on the free throw line. He's not bad on the 3-point line either, 42%.
Georgia State's got to get this thing to single digits going in the locker room at halftime. They just took that point away for a lane violation. Wow. Ryan Boyce stepped in. 32, they've missignaled. Oh, excuse me, 24. That can't happen. Right side.
Yep, right there.
Well, there's not a 24 in the court, so I don't know who they called.
I think they might have meant Jalen Thomas.
25. Yep.
25.
I don't know if I like this zone. It makes you a little passive defensively, and Georgia State needs to be active defensively, not passive.
Rebound, Roberts.
There's a miss. Got to get a bucket here.
Roberts, the trailer, passed on the 3. Shoots over the big guy and banked it in.
Love it when guys use the bank on the side. Nice play. 4
points now for Roberts.
Knew we had Antoine Jackson in the spinner there, and he just pulled up and stuck one. Got to string a couple buckets together, excuse me.
Roberts, 3rd team all-conference last year. A little bit of a twist this year on the all-conference honors. They will not come until after the tournament. Typically, they come the week before the tournament and prior to the tournament so they can be announced at the tournament. This year, the coaches voted, well, since we haven't seen everybody play until this week in the tournament, we're going to wait till after the tournament to make the announcement on the all-conference team.
There's back-to-back buckets by the Panthers trying to make a little run here. That's interesting. He just took O'Meara out. He looked tired to me shooting those 15-footers. When he got in the middle of the zone, his legs weren't there. But if you're going up against Eliel Sasemi all day, you take your legs away too. So he's The freshman's getting a little blow here.
Well, he's worked hard in this tournament. 10-18 yesterday against Georgia Southern. 9-7 here against the Panthers in the first half. So 19 points and 26 rebounds for Omier so far in this tournament.
Just eats a lot of Mexican food. It's not Nicaraguan food, but it's close enough.
2 on the shot clock and an air ball. And was a foul called on that before he airballed that three-point shot? If so, looks like Colin Moore might be the offender.
Fields is going to go to the line for 3. Boy,
that's a crusher. As a coach, that just kills you.
Well, one thing, when you're playing defense, you can see the shot clock at the other end. You don't have to turn around because they're on both ends. And with 2 seconds on the shot clock, you foul a desperation heave. That wasn't even a shot. And now this young man's going to the line for 3 opportunities, Caleb Fields.
I mean, typically a three-point shot is going to be, what, a 33% shot?
Right.
Okay, you back it up 2 feet beyond the line. Now what does it become? Like a 23% shot?
At most.
And you bailed the guy out by fouling him, so far from the basket with a low percentage shot.
Unless your last name is Curry, when you back up, it's a low percentage shot.
Curry's good from the logo.
Yes. We saw a 3 from the logo yesterday, right on the S.
Gonsalves.
Yep. That was big time.
Caio Gonsalves for South Alabama. They're playing right now against Louisiana.
The S of the SBC. Well, they got lucky, made 1 of 3. Here come the Panthers, back-to-back buckets. See if they can get 3 in a row.
Roberts on the baseline, nestles it in.
Smooth rhythm right there.
Indeed.
The junior out of Indianapolis. DePaul transfer.
That's a connection back to the days of Coach Hunter. Coach Ron Hunter came from the state of Indiana. Was able to recruit a lot of players from that state.
And the best one might have been the one that grew up in his house, his son.
And I would say that it was.
RJ could play.
Still can.
Yep. Boy, that's 4 buckets in a row in the last 4 trips down the floor.
Allen now has 9 for the Panthers.
I know you had to give Omier a break, but what you don't have without Omier on the floor is an offensive rebounding threat for a second chance. But you got to give him a blow. He's playing 2 halves of this basketball game.
So 9 fouls on Arkansas State now. 19 total fouls here in the first half. So both teams well in the bonus, and Arkansas State's been shooting the bonus for a long time now. But what this is also going to do is have the residual effect of some pretty serious foul trouble for both sides once we get late into the second half.
Yep. Georgia State now is shooting just under 40% at 39%. Coach Lanier told me, he says, Nate, I love to recruit shooters. He said, they make me look like a good coach. He's got some. They just started out the game really cold. Now they're doing what they do normally on the season. They shoot 47% from the field. That's pretty good.
So the Panthers at one time down 13 in this first half have now whittled it back to 4 and now 3.
And that 47 leads the Sun Belt Conference in field goal percentage. So that's why he's coaching and I'm sitting here. The zone's been good to him.
To the corner and the 3. Omier gets the rebound. They set the offense again. Pass into the middle is fumbled away and off the hands of the Red Wolves.
Omier might not have played a lot of basketball, but he did the signal about reviewing, but you can't review it with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Yep, looks like his left hand hit it last. But he's back in there, and he got the offensive board as soon as he got in there.
Inside, Soseme.
Soseme gets on the left side, he's going to score. He's a natural lefty, and he just is very, very quick off the floor.
13-1 run for the Panthers here over the last 4.5 minutes. And now down only one after trailing by 13. And Omier called for traveling.
He went behind the back with it, but he put it on the floor. The coach is saying, what are you doing behind the back? Just shoot the ball. 15 feet away, shoot it. I don't know if he's ever practiced that. If he has, he hasn't practiced it a lot because that didn't look very smooth. There's Soseme again.
Gives the Panthers the lead on the finish pass by Roberts inside, and a 1-point lead for Georgia State. A bullet pass from Roberts to get Soseme. The Panthers have come all the way back from 13 down, now lead by 1.
Get the ball in the middle of that zone and then find shooters in the corner.
7 on the shot clock. Fields gets it back. Going to stop and pop from the three-point line. Air ball, shot clock violation.
Tough shot. They just had no plan to attack that zone very effectively that time. You can see Omier kind of selling everybody down. Not only has Georgia State been hot, but they've taken the lead back. That's huge.
Yeah, 15-1 run for the Panthers over the last 4 minutes and 7 seconds. At one time, Arkansas State was up 32-19.
Wow. Zone for the Red Wolves right now. Oh, you see that once again. You kind of know where you are on the floor. Just stepped out of bounds. See that more than once again. Cross-court pass.
Right there, out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Granted, there's less space in that corner as anywhere else to shoot a three, but you just got to know where you are on the floor.
Battle for the rebound. Omier got it, gets tied up, battles out of that. Shows his strength right there.
Big time.
Pass deflected out of bounds by Evan Johnson.
You take it out of Elio Soseme's hands, you're doing something. Not a bad first half for the freshman. He's got 9 points and 9 rebounds. You say they need to do more. Well, he's done his job. Everybody else has to help him out.
Difference of 9 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock here, as we're down to 15 seconds left in the half. In the corner, three ball, no good. Evan Johnson comes out of their final opportunities for the Panthers. He's going to race down the floor in traffic, gives it up. Corey Allen
faked everybody.
Lost the dribble. And that is the way the first half comes to a close. It comes to a close, Nate, with the Panthers on a 15-1 closing run to take a 1-point rebounds for Arkansas State. Nearly a double-double for that young man in the first half, and 6 of his 9 rebounds were of the offensive variety in the 15-1 run by the Panthers to reclaim the lead, which they have as we start the second half.
Obviously the best freshman for double-doubles, but in high school he came from Nicaragua and played at Miami Prep. He had 46 double-doubles in a row. That's nuts.
Yeah. He's got 13, actually 14 now, 13 coming into the tournament, and picked up another yesterday against Georgia Southern.
There's a plus 3-minute drought by a nice play coming out to start the second half. Get the bucket and get the lead.
So Seme with the left hand missed. Long pass comes from Eaton. Far side three, missed by Willis. Tried to scoot a pass through traffic, tie up on the ground, and the Red Wolves come away with it.
Omier's twice taken it out of Soseme's hands.
Wow. Fancy layup by Caleb Fields and a 3-point lead for Arkansas State.
This is the way they start halves. They'd like to play the second half of the second half a little better than they did the second half of the first half.
Thomas inside, Soseme with the left hand. That's the second time in this half he's already had one rolled off the rim. And an offensive foul called on Caleb Fields.
That was close. Is he inside the arc? No, he's way outside the arc. That wasn't as close as I thought. That was a good play.
Yeah, when you slow it down like that, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yep, but the guys in the striped shirts have to do it. Kane Williams got the charge there, have to do it. Full speed, live speed. Toughest call in sports, I think, is block charge. The line, the arc helps. That's where he's good.
Jalen Thomas with the mid-range jumper.
That's his thing. If he gets it in any place inside that painted area, he's an exceptionally good shooter.
Last 2 weeks of the season, no one was better than Jalen Thomas. Justin Roberts is always good.
That's Mr. Rhythm jump shot there. If you want to learn to shoot a jump shot, young people, watch Justin Roberts. He always has his feet under him. He always has him spaced properly, and he's always balanced when he goes up to shoot.
Roberts now in double digits, 10 points, 4 of 8 from the floor.
This zone is really good to Georgia State to get them going with that run.
Straightaway three.
All started, Matt, because they got the ball in the middle and then kicked it out to Willis.
First bucket for Willis in this game. 2-point lead for Arkansas State.
Got to get the ball to that free throw line against his own and then have a good passer.
The runner and the rebound by Soseme after the miss by Kane Williams. Kane Williams saddled with early foul trouble. Here's a guy that's averaging 13 a game, has yet to score.
Justin Roberts, really good form, but he's always balanced. The balance is such an important part of basketball. And then for the Red Wolves, get the ball to the middle and have a passer. He fakes it to the side. The defense has to react to the fake. And then an easy jumper up top for Willis.
We've had 10 lead changes in this game. Kind of get the feeling that there's going to be a few more before the night is over.
Got to fake a pass to make a pass in his zone because everybody reacts to that sphere. When you fake one, the zone shifts. Gives you that extra second. So Semi must have taken a blow above the eyebrow there. He's got a bandage on. I didn't see that before the game.
Missed both free throws. Panthers still come away with it. Kane Williams trying to drive the baseline, lost the ball.
Willis ran up the floor and O'Meara threw it to him and he never saw it coming. That's a freshman saying, don't worry about it. That's a little leadership there, folks.
1 point lead, Arkansas State. Red Wolves shooting 32% from the floor to the Panthers 42, but they've offset that by hitting 3 more threes.
The ultimate equalizer.
Lob inside for Jalen Thomas. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Red Wolves with 8 on the shot clock.
Jalen Thomas caught it and then brought it down to the little guyville. You got to keep it up above your shoulders. And he's really good at that usually. He just slapped it out of bounds, but they keep possession.
Last 2 weeks of the season, Jalen Thomas went through a streak with 3 consecutive games in which each game he set a new career high.
That's impressive.
Kane Williams, the miss, followed by Soseme, and a foul's going to be called, I believe, on the Red Wolves. Going to put Soseme on the line.
I think it was on the second shot, not the first one. The first one just missed it. Nobody knows better than if you're going to miss it than the guy who shot it. Here's the first shot. He'll be on the rebound. There's the one put back. And there's the foul, I think.
O'Meara called for the foul. That's number 1 on him. It's pretty amazing that a guy that's as active and physical around the basket as O'Meara has just picked up his first personal foul.
Great instincts. Obviously, that's a great get for Arkansas State, and I talked to their sports information director about, how did it happen. He said, number 1, Coach Pilato had a great relationship with the coach at Miami Prep, and number 2, Coach Pilato speaks fluent Spanish. Doesn't hurt.
Eaton misses the 3. Certainly does help eliminate the language barrier.
But sometimes in games he speaks to O'Meara in Spanish because I don't speak a foreign language at all, a couple words, but if you do, sometimes you don't think in that language, and O'Meara obviously thinks in that language.
And O'Meara is going to be fouled by the Panthers. It's just a matter of who it's going to be on. There were 3 guys there. Corey Allen is the guy they call it on. That'll be the first personal on him.
11 boards already. Hits any of these free throws. Gives him a double-double with 16:23 to play.
Fox 3 of 3 at the line. Brick that one.
He's obviously got athletic ability, but the thing I love about him is he has amazing instincts for a young man who's not played basketball that many years. He just knows where the ball is. He knows how to go get the rock. And he was brought up playing soccer and baseball.
He's built like a rock at 6'7", 230.
There's your double-double.
10 points, 10 rebounds now for Norchad Obier. That'll be his 15th double-double of the season and his second in 2 days here at the tournament.
And that's probably Spanish being spoken right there. Give him a little blow. They're going to get a timeout in a couple seconds, 20 or so seconds. So give him a little extra because they're going to need him down the stretch.
Got a timeout coming at the first dead ball under the 16-minute mark. Roberts cranks out a three. Justin Roberts nails it from downtown. That's his first three-pointer. Gives him 13 points for the game. And the Red Wolves throw it away, and we've reached our first timeout of the second half. Justin Roberts, Panthers' leading scorer in this quarterfinal. 13 points, 5 Georgia State Panthers down a point. 4 minutes into this second half. His young freshman star, Norchad Obier out of Nicaragua, 10 points and 11 rebounds here so far in this game. Already a double-double just basically halfway through the game.
Recruiting's all about relationships, and it always has been and always will be. Coach Pilato, as we said, knew that his coach. And then last year, after middle of March, everything was virtual, so speaking the young man's language on the phone or in Zoom calls or whatever had to help. Coach Patino looked at him, and he found a home here. He's a social media sensation back in Nicaragua from what they were telling us. So a lot of people are still interested in him, and you better like him because he's going to be special for the next 3 years after this one. Well, 4 years. Heck, he can play 4 years.
Along the baseline, the jumper.
We're just thinking about Corey Allen going into that timeout like Justin Roberts is taking over. Corey Allen is the leading scorer by a point or so on this basketball team, and he just paid it off right there.
11 now for Allen, becomes the second Panther in double figures.
Antoine Jackson in there for Amir.
Bodies fly, bounce pass into the paint, stolen away by the Panthers. Kane Williams flips it behind his back to Corey Allen.
He's giving you a path to the basket. Take it.
Nice dish by Allen. The penetration opened that up, and Ryan Boyce puts it in. Panthers lead by 5. This is their largest lead of the game. When
you get past your primary defender, everybody's got to adjust. They did, and they left Boyce wide open. Arizona State had a tough time attacking that zone at the end of the first half. They obviously talked about it at halftime because they're doing a much better job now.
Tipsy doodle in the paint, and the offensive rebound and put back by Christian Willis.
Boyce is hurt. I think it's Boyce.
It's like he's clutching his left wrist.
If he got a finger jammed or... I think he got hit in the solar plexus.
Yeah, he did. That wasn't his wrist.
There's the acrobatic shot, and there's the left elbow hitting him right in the gut.
A little bit below.
Just a little bit.
So 3-point lead for the Panthers. Boyce looks like he's okay, staying in there, helping in the offense. Feed to Sosime, who banks it in with the left hand.
Corey Allen knew where he was going with that ball before he pivoted. Sosime had great position, has a great play. Simple little bounce pass for a layup, but very well set up by that man right there on the left side of the screen, number 11, Corey Allen. Watch this. He spins. Sosemi's got great position, both feet in the lane. Layup. There's nothing Amir could do about it. He had him too deep in the lane.
7 points and 8 rebounds for Eliel Sosime.
That's why they always say post players, you got to do your work early. Get position, and then there's no great move. Just lay it up.
Another 10-3 run here.
I don't know if that was a shot or not, but Amir will take it.
foul on the floor.
Could be on O'Meara, too. O'Meara at the top there. Pins his man inside. It happened to be Corey Allen. And just gets the pass or errant shot, whatever you want to call it.
I think that was a pass.
2 points. Okay, we'll give it a pass. If I got number 15 jumping up in the air, I'm going to throw it to him as well. Semi and O'Meara are going to sleep good tonight because they're working hard against each other.
Corey Allen, shot rejected by O'Meara. Run out for the Red Wolves, and Eaton probably should have taken that himself instead of trying to make the pass.
Yeah, I think he thought he was too far under the basket because he was going 100 miles an hour laterally instead of up. Great block right there from O'Meara, and there goes Eaton end to end. Heads up. Yeah, it's too close to make that pass. You're right. Lay it up. And if he misses, got players there for rebounding purposes.
Airball Allen. Wesley gets it out of there. Behind the back. 3-point miss by Eaton. Going to go out of bounds and belong to the Red Wolves.
Well, that man, his team withstood a heck of a 15-1 run, and maybe momentum was going to get him killed. They're back in the basketball game now.
They are. The Panthers just put together a 10-3 run, and the Red Wolves are still only down 3.
That's the experience of Georgia State and their ability to score it in bunches. Talked about Coach Lanier. He says, I want 5 guys that can score the basketball, 5 guys that are makers.
2 on the shot clock, and Phelps a miss. Justin Roberts run out for the Panthers. Speeding through traffic, flips it up over his shoulder, missed the layup. Would have been a fine shot. Eaton across for the Red Wolves.
Got through 3 defenders to get the shot off.
Floater by Eaton in the paint. That gives him 10, and the Red Wolves down only 1. Stolen by Phelps. Opportunity for Arkansas State to take the lead.
Avery Phelps doesn't play a lot of minutes, 4 points a game, but boy, he's been a factor so far this evening.
Inside the jam. Wesley puts Arkansas State back in front.
Got behind the defense, nobody knew where he was. When you play a zone, no coach ever teaches you. What do you do when the guy goes behind you? And that's exactly what he did.
Roberts got bumped, didn't get a call. Eaton running up the floor, head up, looking at the field. Going to pull up at the foul line. 3-point lead for Arkansas State. The Red Wolves counter with a run of their own.
Great rhythm by Eaton. Made that one mistake and went back-to-back buckets after that.
6-0 run for the Red Wolves, make it 8-0. And a rebound snagged by O'Meara. He's doing a lot of that. Ahead to Wesley. Phelps 3. So Simi stops the run here for the Red Wolves by grabbing that rebound.
That would have been a big 3. Everybody's slowing down now. Go pick and roll to Semi if they can.
Kane Williams the drive, and a whistle and a foul on Arkansas State. But it's the Red Wolves in the midst of an 8-0 run. They have reclaimed the lead. Point lead on Georgia State as we are now under 11 minutes to play here in regulation in this men's quarterfinal. 4 men's quarterfinals this Saturday evening for a spot in the Sunday semifinals, and ultimately a spot in the championship game Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central on ESPN2.
As we went to break, that last foul was on O'Meara, so he's got to be a little careful. He now has 3.
Kane Williams with 6 on the shot clock, floats it in. Williams, first points of the game after missing his first 6 shots. Kane Williams averages 13 a game, and he's the 13th all-time scorer in program history, and to this point had been non-existent offensively.
They got a bunch of scorers. Roberts, Allen, Williams, the semi inside.
Eaton with the bucket. He's now 5 of 7 from the floor and has 14.
And he's heating up for his team as well. As a coach for Arkansas State, you're not worried when somebody takes an off-balance shot because you got 15 in there to get the rebound. There's Jalen Thomas. He's so good in the paint.
Well, what was really good about that play was the feed from Kane Williams. Back to a one-point game.
Trying to get the ball to Eaton. There it is.
Eaton looked like he traveled on the play, ends up coughing it up anyway. Justin Roberts step through, fires to the corner. Three-pointer miss by Evan Johnson. Jalen Thomas, the rebound in traffic, gets rid of it.
Good job by Jalen Thomas not to panic there.
And a foul, battling for the rebound. And this is going to go on the Red Wolves. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Marquis Davis, and that would be number 3 on him.
He took his man and ran him, took Boyce and ran him under the basket right out of bounds. Blocking out's one thing, but you can't do it that aggressively. Well, leave him in there with 3.
So 16 fouls now on Arkansas State. You can see at Pensacola State College now with less than 2.5 to go. Louisiana leading South Alabama 72-64. Jalen Thomas shoots Georgia State back into the lead. So the Ragin' Cajuns now less than 3 minutes away from reaching the semifinals tomorrow. They were the number 2 seed out of the West, and South Alabama the number 3 seed out of the East. Saw an incredible performance by Michael Flowers here last night at the Pensacola Bay Center. And South Alabama's victory over Little Rock. Rob Lanier, following in the footsteps of Ron Hunter, trying to get this team another conference championship and spot in the NCAA tournament.
He told us in the tournament, I asked him, what do you want to do better? He said, we need more bench contribution. We need other guys to step up just a little, not a lot. And he said, we talk about every game like it's a 12-round fight. We fight 12 rounds. We don't fight 8 or 9. We fight all 12.
Panthers have been a top 2 seed in the Sun Belt tournament 6 times in the 8 seasons since joining the Sun Belt from the Colonial. They've been back-to-back champions, and 3 in the last 5 years, winning in 2015, 18, and 19. Of course, there was no 2020 champion. 4 tournament finals in 6 years, 9-3 in the tournament the last 7 seasons.
That's, I used to have a professor who used to say, if anything's good, it stands the test of time. They have stood the test of time, no doubt about it in this league.
Trying to make it 3 straight Sun Belt tournament championships, 3 berths in a row in the NCAA tournament. That would be the first time in program history. Wesley ran into 2 men, and one of those Panthers committed the foul. We are under 8 to go here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Panthers with a 63-64 in the final.
Coach Hunter won at New Orleans and just kind of stayed in New Orleans. Now Tulane.
Indeed. Panthers 11 total championships in their history. 5 tournament championships. 6 regular season championships.
And normally you don't want to be the guy that follows the guy that was so good. But Rob Lanier has not skipped a beat after following Coach Hunter.
No, Rob Lanier working on Coach Barnes' staff at Tennessee as an assistant coach when he accepted the Georgia State opening. Had previously been a head coach at Siena and took them to the NCAA tournament as well.
.744 to get to the semis. Who's going to be the playmaker?
Jalen Thomas didn't quite know what to do with the ball, so if all else fails, just shoot it.
Why not?
2-point lead for the Panthers. Eaton splits the defense. And an offensive foul on the Red Wolves.
Elios Sesemi, right place, right time.
So Eaton picks up his 3rd personal foul. So Omier and Eaton both have 3 personal fouls for Arkansas State.
See if Georgia State tries to go at either one of them to get number 4.
Roberts floats it in. Justin Roberts now with 15. He is the game-high scorer right now, either side. 6 of 12 from the floor in 26 minutes of work. Wesley misses. Battle on the rebounding. And last touch by Jalen Thomas.
My kinesiology professor would love this one. This young man has great kinesthetic sense. He knows where his body is in space, and he just amazes me about how balanced he is all the time.
So since you just impressed us with that big word, what does it mean?
Kinesthetic sense means your body in space, your relationship to your body in space.
Okay.
In other words, it means you're balanced, or you have good balance.
Fancy way to say it. I agree with you. He's got great balance and great control of his body. So many of the Georgia State Panthers shooters exude those characteristics. That's Wesley on the break in the basket. We're tied at 58 again.
As Coach Lanier told us, he wants to recruit guys who can score, recruit makers. Everybody can shoot. You got to have makers.
Three-pointer miss. Rebound. Omier.
Who else?
14 boards for him in this game. He might get 20. Poked away by the Panthers and out of bounds. How about Keon Wesley here? 7 points, 7 rebounds for him in this game.
Slaps it out of Thomas's hands. Gives it to him. Just takes it right to the rack. Little contact, no foul. If it's one-on-one and you have a size advantage like that and an angle advantage, just go to the rack. That's what he did.
Previously at USC Salcahatchee.
That's not a freshman move. That's impressive.
14 points, 14 rebounds for Norchad Omier. Roberts so smooth.
He really is. What Omier has to do right now is just stay in the basketball game.
Kinesiology at work again.
That's it. Very good. It's a fancy word for being a phys ed major is what it is.
Corey Allen to the hole. Nobody picked him up. Allen splits the defense. Panthers back up by 2.
Corey Allen has taken over basketball games late, and it is now late.
He and Roberts both have 13 to lead the Panthers. Under 5 to play here in this men's quarterfinal. Kick out to the rim. Three-pointer.
It's big on the drive. They blitz the double team. Kick it out to a wide open Malcolm Farrington for 3.
Second three-point bucket of the game for him. Put the Red Wolves on top by 1. And Jalen Thomas shoots the Panthers back into the lead by 1.
Pace is slowed down because each possession is so much more valuable now. 1-point game, 4 to go. A defensive play, a little thing, extra effort play, that's going to make a difference here. Smart move, no advantage.
7 on the shot clock. Eaton going to have to initiate the offense here, fading away. Air ball, and there is Omier to clean it up.
Matt, the instinct thing I'm talking about is when you know a shot shoots 53% from the field, he's a little down tonight, only 50%.
Nate, he's got a shot at a 2020 game.
Yes, he does. I agree. Because he's going to be on the glass if anybody misses. And if you've got any sense at all, you give him the rock inside because he will finish with authority. It'll be a great last 3.5 minutes here.
No doubt. Final from Pensacola State College as Louisiana has knocked out South Alabama, so the Ragin' Cajuns have punched their ticket into the Sunday semifinals. They await the winner of this ball game right here. They'll play them tomorrow right here at the Pensacola Bay Center. Will it be Arkansas State? Will it be the number 1 seed Georgia State? Arkansas State now out in front by 4.
Boy, Malcolm Farrington with another one.
It's a couple of late threes from Farrington. Had not done much offensively in this game until this back half. Omier with the rebound. We have a whistle.
I thought they were going to call it on Omier, but they're going to call it on Thomas.
So Jalen Thomas is called for the foul. That's 4 on him. We'll step aside. The final 3 minutes and a dramatic conclusion coming up.
That's why he's got the O on. It's great to see fans. Great to see college students fans.
You said that, not me.
I did.
Arkansas State up by 4 with 2:57 to play here. Hanging in.
Excuse me, gotta like the explanation point at the end, too.
Yes, I do. Hanging in the balance here. A spot in the Sunday semifinals. The loser, the season's over.
4-point lead on the ball. That's big. A conversion would be big. A stop would be huge for the Panthers.
Arkansas State on offense. 68-64 lead for the Red Wolves. Wesley has had a good second half. Gets rid of it.
Tried to get it to Amir, a little block to block, but Georgia State stopped it. So Semi stopped it.
Now they put the ball in hands of Eaton with 7 on the shot clock. Drives in the trees, dishes, clock running down. They're going to have to fire something here at the horn. Barely grazed the iron.
Almost got the ball back, but Semi ripped it loose.
Panthers playing 4-on-5 right now, and Tusasemi can get down the floor. Now it's even strength. 2+ minutes to go.
When it counts, it's man-to-man both ways.
Corey Allen trying to shake himself free to get off a shot. Steps inside the defender and banked it in. Big shot by Corey Allen. And it's down to 2.
He takes over games at the end. That was a great move. Little hesitation and the up and under as you described.
68-66. Great patience for him, too.
Yep.
Late in the game. Not to panic, not to force a shot. Red Wolves still up by 2, however. Eaton spin move. Fouled on the shot attempt. Or fouled on the rebound attempt. It looks like. Foul's going to be on Wesley.
Yep, 22. Wesley got him. Turns down the screen. Takes his time. Little shot fake. Malcolm Farrington, the freshman, goes for the fake right there. And there's a little step through. And you can see Omier a little late to get there for the block.
Yeah, when he got his man Farrington in the air, he had him right where he wanted him.
Yep, absolutely.
Once your guy gets in the air, he's lost all ability to defend.
And that's a senior being a senior in a clutch bucket late in a basketball game. Late in a big basketball game.
So Semi at the line to try to tie this game. It's a 1-1. One more to tie. 68-67. Eight points, 12 rebounds for Susemi tonight. With 92 seconds to go, and the game is tied at 68.
2 big ones for a 60% free throw shooter. 2 big ones. Eaton's hands, and if he's got something, fine. If he doesn't, give it to Omier inside. Or tell Omier get to the weak side and get a rebound. But Marquis Eaton can create one.
16 points, 17 rebounds for Omier tonight. It's his 4th double-double game of at least 15 and 15, and that ties for the second most in the nation. And just a freshman.
And Marquis Eaton is the Corey Allen of his team. He'll end up with the ball at the end of the clock, I would think. Man to man.
Red Wolves come across. They give it up to Wesley. Now Eaton running a weave at the top for Fields.
Of course, the Semi's playing great defense in the post.
Just a 9. Omier the ball. Wouldn't let him set a screen either. Down to 6 on the shot clock we go. Eaton. Wesley on the baseline. The miss. And a whistle underneath. And a foul is going to be called on the Red Wolves. And I believe it might be on Omier.
Yeah, I think it is. I thought Susemi grabbed him. They called him grabbing Sosemi.
And that's exactly what Coach Pilato is saying. He said, you could read his lips. He said he hooked him. He hooked him.
Right here.
Right there, and that's exactly what Pilato's talking about right there. Watch, he kind of gets in there and kind of hooks underneath him. Actually, it was Corey Allen who hooked him.
And look who calls the foul from all the way across the court with a tough angle to see it.
So Semi back to the line. Wow, got a nice touch on that. That thing just kind of deadened on the back iron and fell through. 3 consecutive free throws for Susemi to put the Panthers on top by 1. And Omier gets the rebound with the Panthers on top by 1. Timeout called by Pilato. But how about Sosemi? Prior to these last couple,
he catches the Semi in the back screen. Not a bad idea, actually, since Sosemi's just doing a great job on the low post against him. Practice these late situations over and over and over. Now you got to execute them.
Eaton comes out to get the ball. Clock at 45 on the game clock. Red Wolves down 1. And a whistle right there. Kane Williams, I believe, is going to be called for the foul, impeding his path to the basket.
But only 14 fouls on Georgia State, so they can eat up some clock by fouling him. That's 5, of course.
That's right. Kane Williams.
Play aggressive defensively. You can give a couple up. Give one up at least.
Third personal foul for Kane Williams. He picked up 2 very early in the game and had played since without 1. Lob pass. And a whistle. And did they turn it over? Did they step out of bounds?
Tried to get it to Omier on the drive here. He turns and he's trying to get it to Omier right there. Throws it over Omir's head, and Omir's out of bounds.
I mean, Caleb Fields was up above the defense. He should have just taken the shot.
He had a 4-footer.
Yeah, he was right there. Instead of lobbing the ball to Omier, he should have just taken the shot himself. And then if he misses, Omir's there to get the rebound.
Exactly correct, sir, on the weak side.
So kind of some indecision there, or a poor decision by Caleb Fields to pass up what would have been a high percentage shot.
He looked like he gave the signal to foul. We're going to see if they do.
There was a foul right there.
Yep. He meaning Coach Pilato.
And that should put the Panthers in the double bonus. So that means Evan Johnson's going to be shooting 2 here with 29.7. So obviously, even if he makes both, Arkansas State still will have possession of the ball with the shot clock off, needing a 3 to tie.
It's a big shot. That is Evan Johnson's 5th free throw attempt of the season. That's big.
He's got 10 points here tonight. He's been a 74% free throw shooter this season.
Obviously, even if he makes this, a 3 ties it. I don't think you need a 3, though. Make or miss. You need a quick bucket.
3-point lead for Georgia State, and a timeout called.
The perfect 3-point play here is an N1.
There. We'll see who else they have out there on the floor. See, Feltz, number 2, is out there. I'm guessing that Farrington, number 10, would still be out there. He is, and Eaton is out there. So 3 guys that can legitimately knock down the 3 in this situation. How soon do you take it, if you take a 3?
I think you got to take it relatively quick, so you have time if you miss to foul. If you wait for the last shot, you're taking the whole game on 1 shot, offensive foul.
And an offensive foul for Arkansas State away from the ball. And I believe it's going to be on Omier trying to set the screen. And if that is the case, he is fouled out of the game. Watch Omier 15.
Wasn't on that one, it's on this one.
Yeah, it's a moving screen. He moved into him. He was not set.
That's close, but he kind of jumped into him. You're right.
So Omier has fouled out of the ball game with 16 points and 18 rebounds. That takes away part of your strategy to have that guy there get a miss and a putback.
Absolutely. Got to foul quickly now. You got to put them on the line and extend this game. Or steal.
Inbounds comes to Evan Johnson. He is fouled right away by Eaton.
You can't let the clock go off. If you don't get the steal, you got to do it quickly.
So Eaton now has 4 with 17.5 seconds, and big free throws coming up right here for Evan Johnson, the freshman out of Durham, North Carolina. Has had another strong game, 11 points tonight, 3 rebounds in 20 minutes. Had a career-high 28 points 8 nights ago at South Alabama, so he's been clutch in big situations for the Panthers a number of times already this season.
Coach Lanier told us he needs bench contribution and more depth in the tournament. You just described exactly that for Evan Johnson.
But after that first miss, the door's still open here for Arkansas State.
I thought we saw Coach Pilato say, telling his kids, if he makes it, timeout.
So a long time here between free throws. And Evan Johnson doing his best not to look at the rim too long. And
yeah, get away from the spot. Don't just stand there so you can step up and take the actual shot.
Kind of rubbing the palms of his hands on his shorts there to try to keep them dry.
Well, he just missed one, so that's what's in his head.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He missed one, and now we've had at least a minute since that miss.
Coach Pilato switching bodies.
They're resetting the clock, but this is the equivalent of icing the kicker, isn't it?
We're attempting to find out in a minute.
And he missed it. Door open for Arkansas State with 16 seconds to go and a timeout called by the Red Wolves.
And as you just described a couple seconds ago, that man with the big board, his whole plan changes a little bit because number 15, Norchad Omier, is not in the basketball game.
And Eaton. Once one of those guys has a look, he needs to fire.
They've made half of them tonight. They're 9 of 18 from deep. Maybe off a screen, maybe off a back screen.
Well, clock's running down, so not what I would have liked there. Farrington fires the 3, hits the rim, tipped up, saved by the Red Wolves, takes it back up, and Georgia State has survived Arkansas State and moves on to the Sun Belt semifinals with a 71-68 win.
Decent look for the last shot on the rebound. Maybe they should have kicked it back out.